All right, so a lot of you that have been with me for a long time know that I'm a huge Dead Space fan. Before I even checked my Twitter, I already saw a few messages about, can I make a video talking about the recent rumors regarding Dead Space, kind of give my general thoughts. I don't typically do stuff like this. If you guys like these types of videos, first off, I have nothing to play right now. And I love covering this stuff because it's interesting. It's like stuff I would talk to my friends. When I started getting, I got Facebook messages from people that I used to work with in retail. Like, yo, man, you gonna cover the new Dead Space? I'm like, what Dead Space? And here we are. So, if you like this stuff, just throw that like button. That's the best way to let me know you want more. I'll kind of go through all the different rumors, my expectations, my hopes, my worries, all that good stuff. All right, so kind of kick things off. EA Motive, the people behind Star Wars Squadron, are remaking Dead Space. Instead of Dead Space 4, we're getting kind of a Resident Evil-inspired reboot, which Resident Evil 2 Remake and the third one were both excellent. I thought the second one was definitely the highlight of the two. But at the same time, the same engine they used for Resident Evil 7, which was then used to make Village, I'm pretty sure it was the same engine. The game looked phenomenal, by the way. The only issue is we're getting new content for Resident Evil. Like, it's a continuation. I hope they make a fourth one. That would be amazing. Not Dead Space 4, but Resident Evil 4. I mean, yeah, it'd be nice to have both. But, by the way, I'm not sure what you're seeing behind the screen. I'm just kind of talking into a microphone, staring at the wall. And also looking at some articles as I'm kind of going through it. So, I have never actually played Star Wars Squadron, but I worry about, like, the monetization since it is EA, what they could potentially do to the franchise. You know, here's the thing. It's not even the same people. Visceral Games made the first three. They also made Battlefield Hardline, the Army of Two game. I forget which one it was called. It just came out just before Dead Space 3. It's like a year before Dead Space 3, they made an Army of Two game. They really pushed the co-op on there, and they probably got inspired or told by EA to make Dead Space 3 more co-op, because the way it kind of went with Dead Space, and believe me, I've had the Dead Space avatar of Isaac looking to the right as my avatar since 2011, back when I waited at GameStop at midnight in line to get Dead Space 2. I went home, Xbox 360, fired it up, and the rest is history, man. A 10-minute video back then took me like 3 hours because my computer was awful. I commuted 45 minutes to my school to upload the videos. And I did one every day. Every day I drove that far. Sometimes I would do two, and then I would save them. Got to give myself a break because I was, you know, a full-time college student. I had two other jobs at the time. This was just kind of a hobby. Didn't know I was making money from it at all. First year I kind of did everything for free. But that's just kind of a little history of me. Anyways. So, I recently changed my Dead Space avatar I would say like last year. Maybe I hired a graphics designer. It turned out phenomenal. The guy did a great job. I mostly did that just in case, you know, it ever came back around that they made a Dead Space, which, you know, copyright reasons, you know what I'm saying? Just kind of cover my tracks. But anyways, on a serious note, the YouTube channel for Dead Space has had the Dead Space 3 icon since 2013 when the game came out. And it's been the same icon for 8 years now. And on June 30th, they actually changed it to like the original Dead Space artwork. Which is kind of ironic because a lot of these things are talking about a reboot of the first game in the Resident Evil 2 style fashion, Resident Evil 3 style fashion.
Isaac, are you there?
July 22nd, they have an event for EA coming up. If we get any kind of news on that, I guess, or on this topic, I'll definitely cover it. So, all right, so my thoughts. I have not seen Star Wars Squadrons. I don't know what else they actually made besides that game. I do worry about pay $20 to make Isaac's suit look this certain way type stuff. Resident Evil 2 Remake. There was really like no microtransactions. They had like the one or two things you can buy in the store if you just didn't feel like playing the game and earning like the minigun and stuff like that. But ultimately, everything was done in-game. Resident Evil Village was also excellent, which obviously wasn't a remake of anything, but it's the same. I don't know if it's the same company using the same engine or what, versus this is a... They're taking... What it basically says is they want to make all the gameplay mechanics from all three games kind of implemented into the first game. Granted, it's been so long since I played the third one. I felt like the first one was really, really good, very horror-driven. The second one opened up to be a little more action, but they really went over the top, and I thought it was exceptional. Which is why it kind of... In 2010, I played Dead Rising 2 for the first time live. All my videos. The first time I did like live videos. I did Case Zero, then I did the second one. Then I did Case West down the road, but Dead Space 2's demo came out. And I played that like I did Dead Space, the first one, but obviously I wasn't making videos back then. Played it, loved it. Visceral Games took notice and posted it like on their website. It was the first time I'd ever had like major publisher like acknowledge me even existing. So then the game came out, and it was just like kind of a blueprint for me getting into this YouTube space that you see now. Had ups and downs over the years, but here we are. So that's kind of why I've always kind of stuck with that kind of being a theme that I've always loved. Well, Visceral Games shut down, I think it was just after Battlefield Hardline and Dead Space 3. In 2017, they shut down altogether Visceral Games, which has now then branched off to another studio. I forget the name of it. They're making the Callisto Protocol, which comes out next year, and the Callisto is the fourth moon from Jupiter or something like that, or the fourth. I don't know what it actually technically says, but I have it written somewhere. Which is supposed to be like a nod for Dead Space 4, I'm pretty sure. The same guy that made the original, Glen Schofield or Schofield, I don't really know how you say his name. He's going to be on that project, so I don't know who's going to be behind this. But they want to make a full-fledged remake. They wanted to make kind of like a revival. Was in the works. The publisher and the Star Wars Battlefront 2 co-production studio, EA Motive, will be leading it. So they got multiple... Here's my only worry. Squadrons is a live service type model, and Dead Space is not. And that's what kind of worries me. If they're using this as a foundation, will it be something that they can add to down the road and use the same engine? Basically all the stuff you have all throughout the Dead Space 3, 2, and 1 all together. Kind of make that a already available in the first game. All the different things that Isaac can do, stuff like that. But I feel like the first game is definitely superior to the third one. I think the second one's by far the best as far as the mix of action and horror. Probably more user-friendly, too. I think the first one was a little scary for people, but I actually liked it. I saw an article recently that also said that Resident Evil 7 was unplayable by a lot of people, but I felt it wasn't that bad. Like, it was really good. It was, I guess people were scared, but the first one, if they remake it and it looks like... It could literally look how it used to be. It's not like Resident Evil 2's remake, because that was like fixed camera angles versus over the shoulder, whereas this, I guess they would make it look a little different. A lot of the touches on the game, like Isaac's health bar being on the spine, the waypoint system being where you kind of tap R3 or whatever, and it shows like a little bar line going to the ground. The menu's all like transparent where you can still get attacked if you're in it. I mean, a lot of that stuff, like the immersion, was really, really good. Story was also really good. So I felt like the first game was like 60-40 in favor of horror. Second game was like, it was still more horror, but it was like 55-45 in favor of horror. And then the last game, they flipped the switch like 40-60 in favor of action, you know? I don't know what this is going to be like. Are they going to change the vibe of the first game? Are they going to change anything? A lot of worries, a lot of excitement too. I best believe if they do it right, it comes out and it's like Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order or something. Oh my God! Granted, it's not the same company, but I just think that if they have a huge opportunity here to kind of maybe compete with Capcom in the horror department. To where down the road we're going to have a choice between Dead Space 2 Remake or a Dead Space 1 remake. I don't know when this is going to come out. And a Resident Evil 4 remake. I mean, obviously, I'd play both of them, but I just think they're trying to kind of... I guess if you're a big company like that and you see the success Resident Evil Village had, for instance, I mean, that game was trending for days. Lady D was a meme on the internet. It had all this marketing for, like, free. I played the game. They didn't pay me to play. I really enjoyed it, you know? I literally... I will play games no matter what. And I felt like that game was so good. It's easily my favorite game of the year so far. But I just feel like EA saw that and was like, yo, man, single-player horror games are still relevant? What's going on here? They want to capitalize on that. So, anyways, that's my thoughts. I hope that it turns out good on July 22nd. We may know more. We may not. Maybe other articles will come out before I even publish this video, but these are kind of just my general thoughts. I don't typically do stuff like this, but if you guys like this kind of gaming news, wouldn't mind doing more videos. I did see where Grand Theft Auto 6 isn't coming out till 2025. That would be a whole nother discussion. But you guys are awesome. Love you all. Thanks so much for watching. Kind of a ramble video. I will consider doing more of these if you guys like. But for now, this is it. Love you guys. Take it easy.